All right.
It's all downhill from here.
Which is exactly where we want to go. So let's hit it.
Fucking power. Hey, get out of here. Welcome to the Require Podcast, episode 23.
Just tell everyone to leave.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Toki was trying to steal my bacon, and I walked in the living room.
Toki's one of your kids, right?
What? My cat? Well, yeah, yes.
Cats are members of the family.
Yes. Well, sometimes I just took shit too literal.
Also known as Ethan.
Oh shit, I'm Brandon.
There's Tiffany. We're hiding around here somewhere. I'm Chimera.
Hey, it is me, Tiffany, aka Hot Slice. Sorry.
And we're professional podcasters. Welcome to the show, everybody. We have jam-packed news today.
Professionally casual. Casually professional. There we go.
We're casually casual.
We're just being our own purple right now. It's fine.
That's the golden motto.
Just be your own.
So I thought of something silly. So you know how people have like intro bits towards their YouTube videos? Mm-hmm. Well, I thought of like a really simple one, and that was just this would be for like video game ones or whatever, like maybe like Minecraft Misadventures later on. Was just fade in, like the RP die, and spout like a 2 or 3 second clip from like the podcast, and with no context or anything, just like it's just because I have a good few Cody ones that I want to do.
Like, holy shit, I just fell off my chat. Welcome to the Required Podcast.
Well, like my first idea was when you and Cody were bickering about spoilers, and it's been 10 years, and just have him scream, "It's been 10 years," and then it just fades right into the video.
You realize I was baiting him with that, right?
Oh yes, okay. Oh yes,
just
and I think he knew that too, and because it's just basic banter. I just fucking love it, because you can tell, because Cody and I do it all the time, like when we play off of each other. Like, I'll say something really random that makes no sense, and a logical person would be like, "Huh, Brandon, why'd you say that? That's really random." But Cody is the type of person where he hears that and he goes, "Brandon's gonna go with something, I should go along with it." And then it just gets fucking weird, and that's how we go. So, when I'm
Cody, hold on, Cody. Clearly, we miss you, because even when you're not here, we still talk about you. So come back to us. Well, yes.
Wow.
He drags us into the conversation about Cody.
You can blame it all on me. Come back to
Proceeding
me, Cody.
Baby, come back.
Baby, come back. No, don't do it.
Would you call it my homosocial man? There you go.
Yeah, your bromance buddy.
No, I was gonna lead on with so like I'm around like logical, regular old people, and I'll say some stupid shit because I'm like, oh, I have a really good joke lined up, and then there's gonna be like, wow, this guy's fucking, yikes. Like, come on, humor me a little bit. So now I gotta stay quiet out in public and be lame.
That's lame.
That is lame. It's very lame.
Jump on the bandwagon. There's room for everybody.
No, that's weird. I don't want to be weird. I'd rather just be normal my whole life.
Normal is boring. Be your own purple.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that needs in your shirt.
Write that down.
Write it down. Shit, where's paper? I got paper. Where's a pen? I got a pen. I said, I've got paper, and I picked up my pen, and then I said, I've got my pen, and I picked up my paper. That's where my brain is today.
Nice.
What did I say again?
I don't know. No idea.
Said
I'll write that later.
Something about life is too boring, be your own purple. I'll go back on it. I'll get it.
Okay. So, big news week lately, right?
Are you saying that because Chimera off air said that it was slow?
I might be. I just fucking might be.
I don't know. I'm to a point where I just come to the podcast and I don't really look at any news because I have so much shit to talk about that like I've seen. I have a really good story.
What you got?
Oh, hold on, Chimera was saying something. What were you saying,
Chimera?
We're on the news now. We're on the news now.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Chimera out on the scene. What do you got for us?
You said you had something. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Chimera. Very informative. I have a story that even Tiffany hasn't heard because I was saving it for the podcast. It's a little
How do you manage
scandalous.
to do that?
I just forget, and then I just go, oh, right, I have this. Okay. So let me, without any context, I'll just say it right now. Your mail person knows when you get your nudie magazines.
No,
I
you
know.
told me about this.
Oh, I know. Oh, did I really? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like late one night. Yeah. So
Pillow
See,
talk, man, ruins the
it
podcast.
literally was. I was literally laying in bed when I said yes. So anyway, yeah. So mail people, yeah, we know what you're getting in the mail. It's okay. Don't be ashamed. We just know. Okay. Okay. So I'm at my case. This was a couple weeks ago. I was on a route, one of my favorite routes I was holding down, and they have these cluster boxes, the CBUs. You use a key and get your mail, whatever. And
Gelf knows about CBUs all too well.
Oh yeah, I got a story for after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm casing up the stuff, and then there's like this really, okay, so I can only put this in an artist point of view. Okay, so just imagine you have a white or a gray background, and you set the opacity to like 97.
Okay.
Okay, are we all in the same picture? So it's like a little faded, very, very minimal faded. And so I'm like, I wonder what's in these. So I'm sitting on my case and I kind of press on it, and our lights are shining from like up above us, and I see the word, fantasy. And I'm like, okay. And I see the word underneath it, fulfillment. And I'm like, oh. And I look on the right side and I see, teens. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this is.
Oh,
no. Okay. So, and it's for, and in these CBUs, I know people by their names. So like, oh, this person's in this apartment or whatever. I don't know them personally. I saw the name and I just know. And the thing is that it was like this older gentleman and his wife, but it was labeled for the older gentleman. And I've never seen the guy.
I thought the twist was going to be that it was for the wife. Damn. Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
So I'm like, whatever, deliver mail. The thing is that I didn't realize that I had actually been delivering a ton of these until now. It's kind of like one of those things you don't know what you're looking for until you see it, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense. And so I get to the CBU, and there's this lady standing there. She's like, oh, do you have mail for this apartment? And I'm like, and instantly triggered. I was like, oh, this is the apartment that has that magazine in it. And I was like, okay, yeah, here. And we're technically not supposed to, like, we're not even supposed to like speculate what's in people's packages and stuff.
It's
even
company
if
policy.
Yeah, like we're not supposed to say like, hey, here's your nudie magazine, and no, because it's like privacy kind of thing.
We never imply ownership in the event of a dildo. It's always a dildo, never either dildo.
But so I hand her the mail, and she's like, this better not be what I think it is. And I'm like, uh-oh. She shreds that open right in front of me and goes, oh my fucking God. She goes, I need you to return this right now. Kind of just throw it at me. She hands it to me forcefully and just leaves with the packaging. I can't return that unless I have the packaging. And I'm going, She hands me a full-blown Hustler magazine.
Wow.
And the way that she handed me, it's like all flopping open, and I mean, we're like out in a public space, and I'm standing by myself now, and I have this Hustler magazine. I'm like, fuck, like, so I put it in my van or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Just throw it right there on top of the dashboard, cover out, continue the route.
But I was just like, what? I mean, she was gone. She was just pissed and gone, and I was,
You got to keep a Sharpie with you just to write big red letters, return to sender on the front, and just throw it in the dead letter bin.
The label's on the wrapper. Not that I would know.
It's
label's on the wrapper. So like he can't. Like it's just a. It's just
it was on the wrapper. So
it's his.
That's
she legally gave it to him.
Technically, yes. Yeah, that's all correct. The way, because she was like, she shredded the wrapping, stormed off. I had the magazine, told to return. I can't return a magazine with literally nothing on it. And so I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this? I can't walk into my station and say, hey, I have this, here's the situation. I don't think anyone's gonna believe me.
Oh,
You know,
no.
I would not be surprised that you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. She does this 3 times a week.
but I was just like, so ultimately, end of story. I smuggled it in a Quick Trip bathroom and threw it away. but at the same time, okay, so here's the thing. I've never owned one, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of filter through and maybe just kind of see what it's all about. Just kind of, lunch period, whatever. Anyway,
Just browsing. Just
I'm
browsing.
not being weird at work. I've never held one in my hand, but I was actually genuinely interested at the fact that there is a lot more like story articles about other stuff in there. I was like, oh, that's a lot, like, because what I expected was just like every single page was like nudity or whatever. There's like tasteful well, there's tasteful stuff, there's harder stuff, and then there's like a bunch of like political cartoons, and I thought that was silly. And surprisingly, it was a pretty neutral stance. But yeah, that was my story on that. That was a weird adventure, for sure.
Brandon's first hustler.
Honestly, that's exactly what it is. I'm 28, and that was, at work, that's how it happened. It's just, I don't know what to do with my hands anymore. I don't know what to do. Anyway.
All right, so real
what's your
quick,
CB
my
story?
mail story. My mail story. So we moved to an area with the community mailboxes. No big deal. Been dealing with those for a few years. We go out. Every single little door is hanging open, and there's like crap laying on the ground. That's not normal. Call the neighborhood watch, whatever. Go on next door. Turns out somebody broke into them. Okay, well that's bullshit. So they're like, okay, well, what are you gonna do about it? Blah blah blah. Well, basically a bunch of static. Okay, no big deal. Well, big deal, but fuck.
A
This
huge deal.
happens again a couple of weeks later, and like right before we leave to go to my parents' place up in Wyoming for like on a road trip. So we're like, well, fuck, we got to have somebody else pick up our mail, So we put a hold on it at the post office so it wouldn't get delivered, and then we were like, yeah, we'll just pick it up when we get back. And so this has happened twice. We're on our way back from this trip. We drive into our neighborhood, and they are all hanging open again for a third fucking time. Now,
Okay.
all of the mail for the entire neighborhood is being held at the
that poor carrier. They're like, what the fuck is happening? So,
and what was really bad is they eventually replaced the thing, like completely replaced it. No more bent doors, no more like lost keys, anything like that. But the big thing is they had to launch a full scale investigation into this because a couple of the people, including my neighbor across the street, is retired military. So he gets military checks, and his Christmas cards and birthday cards to his family were getting stolen. And that's like not just federal mail interference. That's like you're fucking with the government's cash now, and it was not pretty. Like there were like neighborhood watch people like setting up their lawn chairs and shit out by the mailboxes, like just keeping watch and shit like that. You could always tell when checks were coming in the mail because there'd be some dude in his lawn chair with an umbrella and a beer sitting out there.
Yeah, as a from a mail carrier standpoint, if somebody broke into all of my boxes at once, one time, what we suggest to people is that if a single piece of mail gets stolen from you, you are fully entitled to call the police, like, because that is an emergency, because you're messing, because the mail is a government entity already. You've already crossed the line. And what they do, the sentencing is actually, if they really go for it, you can get a few years per piece of mail stolen.
Wow.
So if they would have, take one piece of mail, you get like 4 years. Take 2 pieces of mail, you get 8 years, and so on and so forth. But yeah, after like the second time, Sorry to clear my throat. What they should have done, because we have things called postal inspectors. They're basically the mail police.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, they ended up getting called.
Should have been called the first time around and not the fucking third time around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they should have.
Yeah.
In fact, I contacted a buddy of mine who worked for the this is before you worked for them, I think. Or at least this was before.
It's another buddy. You wouldn't know him.
It was a different person. No,
He's in Canada.
Or did I? No. If you didn't know the story, then I didn't ask you about it. But I contacted a buddy of mine and asked, like, okay, what do we do in this situation after the first one? And I submitted an email. I emailed the postal inspector for our region, our district, whatever. And then it happened 2 more times, and apparently he got a lot of mail. So, yeah. I did do that. I did that. I didn't get any response. I didn't get any, but yeah. The person I called at the USPS or whatever said, yeah, we need a police report, blah, blah, blah. We need to know what was stolen. I'm like, I'm not going to go through all that work, because I don't know
what's stolen. Yeah. Cause you don't know.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're receiving in the mail.
I don't know.
Your carrier would know though.
The entire thing.
They stole my hustler.
Sorry, I was drinking. I didn't want to do a spit take.
No. The 3 seconds of silence was better.
That's got to be a stinger for an episode.
I wonder. I should make like a poll for this or something. If you were missing your Hustler and/or other nudie magazine, would you report it? Would you call the post office and say like, "Hey, I'm missing a magazine," or would you be like, "Hey, I'm missing my porno. Like, can you guys help me out?"
No, I'd go straight up and say, hey, I'm paying for this subscription. It's supposed to be delivered to my fucking house. Yeah, it's porn, but it's a magazine. It's got nudie pictures in it, but it's my shit. Yeah.
My porn, and I need it now.
Call JG Wentworth. Sorry.
JG Wentworth does not sponsor this podcast, okay?
It's true. But if you're interested, throw us a line. But seriously, no, I mean, like, if you're paying for subscription, regardless of what it's for, I'd want it delivered. I'd want my shit. So yeah, I'd report it. I have. I was getting my my Game Informer stolen.
Missing. Okay.
Well, no, it was Game Informer, so it was like gamer porn. But
dude, we deliver so many Game Informers.
Not for long.
It's not.
Oh. Are they shutting down? I haven't heard anything.
GameStop is not doing as well as it could be.
Oh,
but
this is a really stupid revelation. That's from GameStop?
Yeah, GameStop owns it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they get paid to do the reviews and everything, and it's fun.
Oh, that's not good.
Like they get paid to give like certain rating. Anyway, sorry, come here.
And you can't actually like buy it individually. Like if you go to the store, like, oh, this is a really nice, magazine. Like to purchase this magazine. I've been told no. There's no way for you to purchase that one issue.
That's not entirely accurate.
It is now.
Excuse me. I've actually worked at a GameStop. Okay.
Good luck. Good luck getting it after it's out of print. But yeah, no, I did work at GameStop for 8 years. But yeah. We in our group, we were able to smudge the system ever so slightly because somebody was like, hey, this has got really cool information about Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Can I buy it? And I'd be like, no. Pick a different game. But no, we would be able to do it. We could bring it out that way so you could buy a single issue as long as we had it in the store.
You have to buy a year subscription of it just to get one.
That was the deal.
I know, yeah.
That's supposed to be it anyway.
I had it for a little while.
That was the joke / the actual thing. But yeah, they also had some massive layoffs back in August. So
rip.
Man.
Well, it couldn't happen to a nicer company. What was funny is when I was working there, they were in the black so far that
I'm at Game Informer, not GameStop.
Oh, okay.
They're gutting the magazine.
Oh. Well, I have actually heard some information from sources, friends, that they are actually like
my buddy told
not.
me.
they're not as comfortable as they once were. You know what I mean? Like
You mean
they used to
GameStop?
be,
I'm
yeah, they
totally
used to
shocked
be.
and or appalled.
Well, they used to be like so far in the black that they could, they could have, what was it? They said that they could close every store that they owned for like a week and still be able to operate perfectly fine. Like that was how much
Wow.
like backup funds they had or something like that. I mean, it could have been hyperbole, but anyway.
Yeah.
Well, how'd that work out for him?
Yeah, not good, Ray.
Yeah. Also, this is, it's
Turns out the
funny.
digital future that Microsoft was trying to sell us in 2013 finally showed up, and no one's buying physical games anymore. So
Gosh,
They
well,
were
we're
just
losing
a
money.
little ahead of the time.
Hey Jim, start up the Funko Pop machine. We gotta keep this rolling.
going back to Funko Land, roll it back.
Funko Pop has come out with their own series now. They're not just doing like, oh, let's take the Office characters and turn them into plastic. They're actually coming out with their own series. They're literally printing their own money. And it's bullshit. Because I have to
Nice.
sell that shit at Barnes & Noble and it drives me fucking nuts. Ugh, anyway.
Man, I saw that store Bookaholics, and I was like, I bet
Yeah.
Gelf would work there.
I totally would.
Sounds
But
like
I just
a cool place.
I just got a raise, so it's like it would take
Oh
a
my
little bit for me to
God.
jump. Now here's the thing.
Oh
Here's
my
the funny
God.
thing. I saw a sign at McDonald's today because I had to drop Az off at work, and so I was like, you know what? I deserve a coffee. So I stopped at McDonald's on the way back, and
I deserve McDonald's today.
I would never say that.
entry level McDonald's employees make more than I do, and I just got a raise after 2 years. I'm kind of frustrated.
And you just hold on. And you just said that you probably wouldn't switch jobs because you just got a raise.
I probably, well, I wouldn't switch jobs for food service, but
Oh, no, I've never set foot in food service, and I will never set foot in food service.
Don't keep yourself away from it. It's bad days.
It's probably worse than retail, and I've paid my dues.
The thing is the thing that killed me is food service is nearly mindless. Like almost completely, like just you don't think, you don't interpret, you don't help people. You literally punch buttons. Thank you, that'll be this. You take the money. And it's not like working at a bookstore where you're like, okay, well, what are you looking for? Cool, let me help you discover what you want to read and blah, blah. Or it's not like working in tech where it's like, okay, here's a problem and I've got to solve it. I've got to make this system work with this system and I've got to untangle all of these wires and lay them out, and make sure that nobody's going to trip over them or, unplug the wrong one. There's no problem solving. You're literally just a fucking zombie. It's the best first job experience for any young kid today.
No.
Indoctrination, man. Sorry.
No,
had to get that off my chest.
you're in the right. 100%. Man.
And then there's Walmart.
Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, you know
No,
Walmart?
No. I was leading in so you could tell us about Walmart because 'tis the season to be bitchy.
I'm good. I haven't worked at Walmart for about 2 years now, and I'm super happy. Even though I was a supervisor, yikes. I get paid more now than I was a supervisor, so.
And you don't have to tell anybody what to do.
Yep,
That's always nice.
Do my thing, walk around by myself. It's awesome. Kitty cat, you want a piece of bacon? Here you go.
You just yelled at him for trying to steal it earlier.
No, this is the other cat. This is Deku. There you go.
Oh, so
whoa,
Deku.
whoa, roll that back.
Hi, Sophia. There you go. You want some bacon too?
So you have 3 cats. 2 of them can have bacon, and 1 cannot.
Well, if Toki comes over, okay, so I'll give him bacon if he doesn't steal it from me.
That's a parental mindset if I ever heard one.
It's my bacon, and you can have some. Just don't take it from me, or I'll eat you. Hi. Hey, no, you're adorable.
Yikes. Filter.
Filter?
Filter.
I was.
Oh, hi, Tiff.
Hey, what's up?
Get him.
You've got great timing. So, news today. We got some news. I'm looking it up, and it's not pretty.
You didn't want to talk about that anyway. Come on.
I know it's politics.
You want news? I got news. Here we go.
Yay!
Dun, 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 dun,
What kind of $35,000 PC are we having today?
No.
What?
There is finally,
You don't remember that episode?
at long last, a sexy chicken sandwich costume that you can get for Halloween.
Oh, fuck yes. Do you guys know what I'm going to do for Halloween?
What?
Not near as good as that. I'm going to get off work, and I'm going to go immediately trick-or-treating as a mailman.
And there's a plant-based burger. Oh my god, I just clicked on that. What? You have a sign that says plant-based? Why? Just fucking. Oh my god.
But normally it's just the regular burger costume, but now with the hat, it's the Beyond Burger.
That's not. You know what's really sad is that's not even a hat. That's a fascinator. They went the fascinator route with this shit. Oh my god. Now with
surely
the
you've already seen the sexy Mr. Rogers.
I'm
yeah,
sorry?
I've seen that one. Yeah, link it. Do
well,
it.
In that case, here we go.
Oh my god.
Now with the
She's
sexy
the
chicken-
nicest neighbor, Brandon.
Oh, is that what it says? I'll
Here's
be
the
your
thing, though,
neighbor.
with the
Hell
chicken.
yeah.
With the chicken sandwich one, at least you could be like, "Hey, baby," run around with somebody in a cow suit and be like, "Hey, baby, eat more chicken." But
Well,
what do
no,
you
the whole thing is the
burger?
Popeyes. It's the Popeyes one, so like it's sold out everywhere. So finally, someone can eat it.
Oh, I saw the sold out sign and thought that the suit, like it was on the picture, like the outfit was sold out.
I'm sorry.
No,
but-
it's the sandwich. It's the sandwich.
Wow.
Oh my god, it
Yes.
comes with the fucking puppets and everything.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's turbo gross.
Did you see the picture in the plastic wig?
Oh
with
my
the
god,
Mr.
there's the
Rogers' hair?
hair.
Oh my
That's
god. How
rough.
much do these women get paid to dress up? Do you
Um,
think they go home and be like, "Oh my god, honey, you would not believe the day I just had"?
Fuck no, I'd be like, dude, I dressed up as a sexy Mr. Rogers today. It was fucking hilarious.
They're models, so they probably get paid pretty well.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. Yeah.
So what are we
Jesus
doing
Christ.
today?
Now,
Make kissy faces. Mr. Rogers, can you make kissy faces at the camera, please? Perfect. Show a little behind there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Meow meow meow.
One-
Meow meow.
It's yet another football Sunday.
oh boy.
No rules
of
for
my
this
friend-
referee.
One of my friends dressed up as a female Loki for PAX South one year.
There you go.
And photographers wanted to stop her, take pictures, but it was like an actual Loki costume. It wasn't like a sexy version or anything like that.
Sure, yeah.
And one of the guys was like, "Hey, can you put one leg back and lean forward, and stuff like that?" And I'm like, "Dude, she doesn't have cleavage to look down." And my friend starts laughing, and this guy's shocked, like he didn't think that, oh my god, I'm objectifying or whatever. And I was like, okay, let's do that. So I helped her pose so it looked like she was she had her upper torso turned and she had her hand out like she was casting magic. I'm like, there, now you have your forward leaning pose. And the guy was just like, hey, that actually looks pretty good, thanks. And then he ran off, and I was like, yeah.
These totally aren't for private use. Thanks.
Yeah, right. But he did have a business card. That one did. And that's the thing is, if you're going to be cosplaying, you always ask, when somebody asks to take a picture of you, especially if they're asking you to do something a little bit, make sure they have a business card before you let them take a picture of you, because otherwise you're going to end up in somebody's spank bank. Which, if you're down with that,
Spoiler, you're going to be in there anyway.
yeah.
That's the idea. What, you want me to call you and take regular pictures? Fuck no.
Tater thought. What the fuck?
Some vaping millennials.
No, that was me choking on my own spit. There's a sexy tater thought costume? What?
Pick a phrase, and there's a
Oh my
costume.
God.
Like you can be the sexy cowardly lion. You can.
Oh.
Can I be the sexy return to sender hustler magazine?
Actually, yes.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna type in sexy costumes. Let's see what we get. Oh, there's a for women option. Should I type sexy costumes for men?
Oh no, there's a sexy Ronald McDonald and a sexy Trump. Oh. Somehow I
Hell
feel like I'm
yeah.
late to this game. Sexy Play-Doh. Ooh, sexy Play-Doh. Look
There's
up
a,
sexy Play-Doh.
That sounds awful.
Sexy Bert, sexy Ernie. Oh boy. Sexy Sonic. Oh, here's your sexy male costume. It's a genie with a lamp that says "Rub me."
I just saw that. That's what I was laughing about.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, this podcast
There's a
is
sexy
weird.
Harambe. There's
Oh.
a sexy Harambe. Oh my god. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? What the fuck? Why humanity? Come on.
I like how Priest is under sexy costumes for men. Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Sexy schoolgirl costume for men. Oy.
I don't know. I have a special appreciation for the more understated ones, like the. There was a time a friend of mine, friends of mine rather.
My buddy.
Well, one of them went as a pumpkin, and the other one was just wearing regular clothes and a name tag that said Peter Peter.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh yes.
I love it. Peter Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Wow.
Stellar. I approve. 10 out of 10. Would photograph and put on memes.
Also, don't know when we started the podcast, so.
Oh, I wasn't watching either. Guess we're going for
Well, Tiffany
going
has the
for the
timer in
long
there.
haul.
I have the timer.
In there. Oh yeah,
It's,
you're
It's on the OBS. She's in the control room.
the control room.
Tiffany has
Well,
a
you're
timer
in the
and a
output.
microphone. What?
Sorry, I don't talk very much.
That's fine. That's my job.
I'm a very boring person.
Last
No, you're
episode,
not.
it was. Wait, last episode, it was a Gelf and Tiffany episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't talk much my ass.
Whatever, with me crying. Yeah, okay, that was great. It says we been recording for 32 minutes.
Already been 30 minutes? Holy crap.
We just kind of get off on tangents, and there you go.
That's what I love about this podcast. Just talk about
You know what I love
whatever.
about this podcast? That's exactly it. Tangents. I love it.
Yeah, we've.
Oh, I could.
Oh, go ahead.
Then I'm just looking at the costumes. I could be a sexy, pretty woman as a hooker.
Wait, what? I could just be a
I
hooker for Halloween.
Where she's
I
the
think-
hooker and she wears that fake wig and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it might be.
So I've had a costume idea in mind for a very, very long time, and I've been slowly working towards, putting it together. It's actually more cosplay because I don't think anybody on Halloween would recognize Heather Mason from Silent Hill 3, but multi-use.
Oddly specific, but go
Yeah,
on.
I was going to say I'm not sure anyone's going to recognize her in a cosplay setting either. But continue.
You don't think so? Walking around in the with that dazed look on your face and a bloody, rusty pipe.
I would appreciate it, but I feel like it might be a stretch. But the thing with cosplay is you do you.
Well, I've also got, so I love obscure characters. So I have this Amazon wish list that I pull up on my, whenever I'm at like a thrift store or whatever, I pull it up and I'm looking through the pieces to see if I can find anything that'll match. Because Amazon's convenient and I don't plan on buying anything off the site anyway. But,
My job security.
any of you ever play Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 on PlayStation 2?
No.
Bueller?
No.
No? Okay.
Sounds familiar.
So it was the Baldur's Gate port to, anyway, one of the villains, or like the penultimate villain or the ultimate villain, her name is Luvia Bloodmire, and she's got this big, like, fucking 80s hair. She's got this black top with, like, bell sleeves, and the skirt of her dress is white, but it's got blood soaked all the way up to the knees, and she looks fucking wicked. And I wanted to put that costume together for so long, but you don't think people would recognize Heather Mason? I bet you $10 nobody would recognize Luvia Bloodmire from
Holy
a
fuck.
very, very
That is
small
a
game.
really
What?
cool looking character.
Right? And it would look awesome as a costume, but no one would know who it was. It'd be like the time I went dressed all in white as a manga character, and everybody was like, "Who are you? It looks
Oh,
great, but who are you?"
That's fucking clever. It's just
worked out.
Goku, but in white pants. Okay, that's cool. Nothing special.
It would be really cool if you could get like the cell shading or whatever. on
Dude,
there.
have you seen the people who dress up as Borderlands characters with cell shading?
Yeah,
Oh my
I've
god.
seen the Vestal from Darkest Dungeon is the costume I want to do. I've seen people do the Berserker,
Yes.
but I want to do the Vestal because that hood and the body armor, and then I can throw books at people. It'd be amazing.
That would be super cool.
But that face paint, man, that would be really difficult.
Yeah, with
At least to
Eliza's
get keep.
with Eliza's Halloween costume, she's dressing up as I don't think I've said this on the podcast yet, but yeah, Eliza's dressing up as Kana from my Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and she wants me to dress up as one of the other dragons. And again, I don't know if anybody
Aw.
would know this, but the people who are listening might. But Fafnir is he's like the, in the tales, he's the dragon of like death and curses who guards the treasure, and in the show he's like this really I don't know how to explain this other than emo, monotone, just talks about death all the time. He's straight long black hair in like a black suit with like a little bit of red, and I'm like, I could do that. It's my favorite character anyway, and so she, because when she wants to cosplay, she wants me to be somebody in that series so we can kind of match. And I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely do that. And I've already looked up how much it might cost, and it's really not that much, and so I think it'd be
Yeah,
cool.
Closet cosplay is the best. Sorry, Tiffany. Go ahead.
No, you're good. It's okay. She wants me to dress as a dragon too, and
Oh,
it's
she wants you to be Lugua?
she wants me to be this woman because I have big boobs.
Yeah, in the
That's
show,
it.
it's the character is very
She's
busty.
like, Mommy. She's like, Mom, you look like her, and I was like, I look nothing like her. She's like, Yeah, you do, and she points to her boobs. I'm like, that's good to know. I've got big boobs. Thanks, child.
Hey, it is what it
Hey,
is. Make it work.
Tiffany, you and I could totally pull off Lulu from Final Fantasy X. Just saying, both of us could with the
Ooh,
belts and
yeah.
the fur. Yeah, we can do that.
We could do it.
Hot.
We can be main and alternate.
See also the fairies from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that's
Oh,
even
Brandon
better.
woke up.
Whoa!
He's like, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We're talking about the ones in the water.
The real busty ones that pop out, they're
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Vendi got to that point and he paused it and was like, "Hey, hon, come here, look it. It's you." I was like, I could
That's
pull that
awesome.
off. Body paint. Oh hell yeah. That'd be awesome actually. I'd pull that. I would rock that just because it's the whole nature thing. I'd love it.
Tiffany, you could do your. Now I'm gonna butcher this. Are they called victory swirls?
Victory rolls.
Rolls. I knew it was one or the other. Swirls or rolls. Yeah, you could do something like that because that's the kind of hairstyle that they have. That'd be cool.
Tiffany looks awesome in victory rolls. You wore them at PAX South and it looked great.
Fuck yeah.
I did them half-assed because I didn't have any rollers, so yeah.
Still looked good.
Yeah, they still look great. Can you imagine if she actually had the equipment for it? Holy shit.
Oh, that
Yeah.
brings me up to something.
I'm
So
in trouble.
no, it's work. So I went to work one night, and of course I got promoted from second to third shift in a case desk. Anyways, I went to talk to second shift, and we're talking about makeup and Jeffree Star and all these makeup people, and I was like, oh my god, da da da. And my boss comes up to me and she's like, you don't even wear makeup. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
girl,
I
excuse
do.
me?
She's like, I never see you wear makeup. And I was like,
Why the
'cause
fuck
it's
would
work.
why would I wear makeup to a third shift job?
And I was like, okay, well, I do on special occasions. You guys seen the picture of me at the wedding. I was like, At the concert, I wore makeup. I just wear it to special occasions. So if you've got like a really fancy smancy like holiday party coming up, I'll wear makeup. They're like, no, you actually need to wear makeup on Halloween. I said, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, clown makeup.
On
Yeah, I
third
know.
watch, yikes.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. No one's gonna see me, just my other case desk workers, and all I'm gonna be doing is typing up larceny reports and suspicious characters and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, what are you gonna go to Halloween? Gonna go to Halloween as? Oh, an office worker. I'm gonna go as myself.
I'm just a caseworker, case desk person.
Dude, I will always remember my first Halloween as a mailman when I walked into a business and they're like, oh, are you the mail guy? I'm like, yeah. I mean, this was like on Halloween, like, delivering in the morning. And they're like, oh, we thought you were just dressed up as a mailman. I was like, no, I'm the fucking mail guy, dude. Like, so that's what kind of gave me the idea for this year, just to come home, get Eliza, and then just go back out in my mail uniform. I'll take my bag and everything.
It's pre-made. You got this set, dude.
And they'll be like, wow, that's a really convincing mailman outfit. And I'd be like, I'll let you in on a little secret. I am a fucking mailman.
No. Don't break the wall. Don't break it. It's like, yeah,
you're right. Like, yeah, because technically, the thing with that is you can't buy postal stuff,
right?
Like out in the open. So like, yeah, they'd be like, well, because a lot of people don't know that is like when we get rid of shirts and stuff, we actually have to cut off the postal like logo before we throw our shirts away or donate them or whatever.
Yeah, for legal reasons, right?
I would assume so. So people can't impersonate.
People, yeah.
And like walk into places and be like, yep, I'll take your mail.
Sorry.
Well, you'd be surprised. I'm just chewing food. God damn it.
No, I've had my mail stolen. I'm not surprised by anything anymore.
No. Surprise is in you would be surprised how many times and how many people, like I've realized especially over the years, almost 2 years, where just because I'm wearing a uniform, like I can walk into anywhere just because I'm wearing like a mailman uniform. Like, because people just see the uniform and they're like, oh, it's a mail guy, whatever. And like I'm awkwardly walking in like, where do I go? And people just look at me like, oh, he's here to pick up the mail. Like, and they don't even pay me any mind. It blows my mind.
Yeah. And that's why serial killers will dress up as mailmen or gas technicians or
like on the route I'm doing, a bunch of kids play in the street, completely unsupervised, blows my fucking mind. There's glass in the street. It's kind of a dirty area. And again, I'm dressed up as a mailman. And people see me walking and they're like, oh, it's just a mailman, whatever. Like, I could fucking steal your child. Like, not me, but if someone dressed up as a mail carrier. I'm not saying be suspicious of your mail carrier, but
be suspicious of guys dressed up as mail carriers.
Yeah, there you go. Like, that guy looks weird. Look at his tattoos and his fucking painted nails. God, fucking hippie. Go back to Woodstock.
Has anyone ever told you that? Because that's kind of fucking
hilarious.
No,
I want them to.
You know what? One of these days we'll coordinate. I will walk up to you when you're delivering mail and be like, go back to Woodstock, you fucking hippie, and we'll see how it'll be a social experiment.
If I recognize that it's you immediately, I'm just gonna be like, hey, fuck you. That's the first thing I usually belt out at friends. Hey, fuck you.
Pretty sure you'd recognize me from like a mile away. Because instead of saying, hey, Brandon, I would say, hey, CR, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. hey, go back to Woodstock.
What? Or something.
Or something.
Fuck.
You suck, loser. Bye.
Meanwhile, the three kids playing in the street are like, what's a Woodstock?
We're at that age, ladies and gentlemen, where even the things that our parents talked about are starting to disappear.
True.
God, I'm so old.
Like paper napkins and the wine industry and
you goddamn millennials. Weddings.
Wine industry.
Divorce. Divorce was one of them.
Yeah, divorce. Also,
fucking
marriage and birth rates.
Yeah, God, can't believe you guys aren't having fucking kids. It's almost like the baby boomers did that for us. Can you imagine being named after a generation of just like that's your big accomplishment?
Oh, we're also killing Applebee's. Forgot about that.
Yep. I live down the street from Applebee's. I'm pretty sure we're keeping that afloat. So.
Oh, it's not wine, it's beer.
Oh no.
Like the big beer companies, like the American fucking close to water canoe beer.
I don't know what that is
either.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
There are more breweries that have opened in the last 10 years.
Well,
than
no, craft beer. Craft beer has grown in popularity, but big beer.
Do I need to start drinking?
Beer has lost 10% of its market share to wine and hard liquor from 2006 to 2016.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently.
Are those businesses owned by millennials?
Oh, and restaurant chains like Hooters and Twin Peaks and stuff.
You know,
apparently we're killing those too.
What they just built a new one at our in Wichita. It's called the Sidelines or something. And it's women dressed up as like sexy referees and stuff.
Oh hell yeah. Oh my god. Can we just get the fucking Japanese maids over here already? God damn. We're fucking opening everything else. Why not? Not that I want
Apparently
that,
we're also killing fabric softener.
Oh no. That was way back when what was it, like the generation that was like even after me, what do you call them? Is that Z?
Were you about to say gelatinous?
Yes, actually. That was really weird, wasn't it? I'm glad you caught that. Yeah. Cuz I was going to say I tried to say generation
next week in an all-new episode of Gelatinous Z.
I tried to say generation. I tried to say like 4 words at the same time. Anyway, yeah, there was a story about one person was like, "Hey, what are these fabric softener things for?" And then the internet fucking exploded. Because they were like, they soften fabrics. And they're like, oh, okay.
To be fair, I did not know how to use fabric softener up until about a year ago. Because we never used it.
Hold on.
So I didn't know what it was for either.
You haven't used fabric softener?
Ever, yeah, no. The first time I used it, and the only time I have used it to date in my 33 years of being alive on this fucking planet, I used it with craft fabric for my books that I'm creating, my tiny books.
I have a huge question now.
What's up?
Do you feel the difference?
Well, I haven't worn anything that was washed with fabric softener. It's just the labels on this fabric said wash with fabric softener before using, and I was like, okay, so I did. I couldn't find it in the fucking store. I was walking around Target going, what is it? What does the bottle look like? Everything looks the same. What the fuck?
Oh, I was like, you have liquid fabric softener?
Yeah, it was fabric. It was liquid fabric softener.
I'm thinking of the dryer sheets. Like the dryer sheets. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, no, I know what those are.
I was like, you throw those in your washer? What the fuck?
No. You use those and then you save them after they're done because they help get off deodorant stains on your shirts. It's true. A used dryer sheet will help you get deodorant stains off your shirts.
A good thing I am allergic to antiperspirant then.
What do you use? Do you just like go around and stink?
Fuck yeah. No, I use the that blue gel. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that blue gel. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the white antiperspirant stuff
help
just
me out.
all itchy.
Tell us more. Tell us more about your itch.
Okay. Oh, sometimes
Ow! Oh God! What have I done?
Don't start anything if you're not willing to play along. Okay.
Oh, I'm totally willing to play along, just not with that.
I'm even eating too.
You always eat. It's the tradition.
Dude, I'm having pancakes right now. Oh my God. I'm watching Hearthstone.
What is this breakfast for dinner shit? That's such a boomer thing to do.
Fuck off. You and Tiffany.
Casually professional.
It's just let's not order breakfast. It's late.
What's wrong with it?
I just don't like. I don't eat breakfast very much, and he
even worse.
Whatever.
Oh, millennials are also killing cereal. Damn it, Tiffany.
Oh, Eliza eats a lot of cereal. Hey, the Gen Z kids are gonna bring it back. Or what would she be? She's not Gen Z.
Z.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
She's
a Zoomer.
What's the?
It's like basically anyone born after 2000. Sometimes I see up to like 96.
Yeah.
It's all marketing. It's all whatever. But like
apparently 1965 to 79 is Generation X, also known as 13ers.
no one calls
1980
them
to
13ers.
2000, yeah. 1980 to 2000 is millennials or Generation Y,
More
and
or less.
2000 to present is the new silent generation or Generation Z.
Also, Centennial is one that's been been bopping around now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Boomers and Zoomers, I think, are the two nicknames that they use for like baby boomers and Generation Z.
So I typed
Somebody
in Google.
tried to get Millies to catch on for millennials, and it didn't go very far.
Millies? No thanks.
Yes, Millies. You're just a bunch of fucking Millies. Okay, go back and put your red hat on and fuck off.
My God, that reminds me of one of Cody's moments.
oddly specific.
I'm going to be making a lot more clip compilations because as I've been listening back to the podcast, there's so we say some stupid shit. But I just typed into Google, millennials are killing, and the top searches are bar soap, mayo, cable, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
American cheese, specifically. Millennials are killing lunch. Yeah, because I got to keep working my fucking ass off to fucking make a paycheck.
We don't get a chance to fucking eat, yeah.
And millennials are killing golf, which also makes sense because golf is fucking boring. And millennials are killing relationships.
I disagree with that one. I have a lot of very meaningful, long-standing relationships, especially with people online.
We're killing divorce and we're killing relationships. I don't know where the fucking line is anymore.
It is at this time that I will remind everyone of my personal favorite Chrome extension that replaces millennial in anything that you're reading with adults under 40.
I love it.
That's awesome. So anything you read, it just says adults under 40.
Yeah, adults under 40, you're killing Comcast or whatever the hell.
I would forget that I would have that on, and I was like, that's really specific. Like adults under 40. Oh man.
Man, soon I'm not gonna be under 40 anymore. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Then I can start yelling at kids to get off my lawn and chasing them away with a hairdryer and get caught by the cord, and I'm looking forward to it.
Dude, shit's gonna be like, you're gonna have a fucking cordless hairdryer by then, man.
I don't want one. I want an extension
Holy
cord
crap,
and a
that
cord.
sounds really cool. Sorry, go ahead.
Now I'm just what? Now I'm distracted.
Cordless hairdryer. That sounds awesome.
Don't worry, Dyson's working on it.
How the fuck is that not a thing yet?
It's gonna cost $4 million.
It is.
Yeah. Google it. Just Google it.
So
it's a battery pack. Ta-da.
I'm gonna explain so not why I don't know this, but the fact that technology exists that I don't know about, kind of thing. So Tiffany and I went into Best Buy the other day.
Oh God.
So she took me to this fancy diner. We had some breakfast, and she's like, "Hey, baby, you want to go check out some technology?" And I was like, "Oh, you get me hot and bothered, girl." And so we went to Best Buy, and fuck me, man, we are out of the loop here in Kansas. Like, I was looking at some new phones. We looked at some laptops. I was looking for a sound bar. They had an 85-inch TV for whatever the fuck you need. There was one for $5,000. There was one for $2,500. And I was like, what's the difference? Who cares? It's 85-inch TV. And then we went to the fucking appliances, like refrigerators, ovens, dishwashers. And holy fuck, it's like we were looking in the future. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, how do we not know that this shit exists? It's like, oh yeah, this is our old model. And I'm like, I look at my fridge and stove and I'm like, fuck me, like I'm living in 96 right now. Like, Jesus Christ.
I think my favorite one is the one that my friend Alora got. It's got a glass panel on the front so you can see into
that's what they had.
And you knock on it and the light turns on.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Right? Well, I don't know about cool, but it's like
I don't know. I kind of wanted the Samsung one, that had the LED screen, and
we looked at like 30 of them. I have no idea which one you want.
we were trying to find the one that has the most space, so when we invite you guys over to hang out at our house, we have enough food.
You gotta have removable shelves so we can make apple pie.
Ooh,
Moonshine.
apple pie.
Not apple
Did
pie
you-
like ooh, with a fork, but apple pie moonshine.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
if you're making anything like that, I don't drink. You better be making me some fucking apple pie.
Fine, God, you. What was it again? Nephilist? Nephilist, you fucking Nephilist.
Damn right. You better respect the fucking wizardry in motion. Okay. No, that's really cool. We it was funny because right before we started the podcast, I looked over at Tiffany's screen and she's looking at houses, and I was like, man, that's gonna be so cool. Like we're gonna have a guest bedroom or whatever, so people want to come drink and stay the night or whatever, and you know.
That's a boomer dream right there.
Oh fuck! Now we can't do that. Tiffany, find a new house.
Well, no,
Okay.
it's millennials are killing starter homes, is what it is.
Yeah, because starter homes suck ass. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. No, I'm
What?
right there with you, bro.
You want a better life for yourself? Wow, way to kill an industry, loser.
Now you're not gonna get a starter home. Ugh, well, I can save more money in an apartment with me and my cats anyway. Fuck off. What? Huh?
Oh man, Tiffany, I delivered to these quadplexes
Yeah.
in this really crappy neighborhood, and I can get a 1-bedroom for $400 a month.
Wow.
Oh,
Hashtag Kansas.
yeah, man, good old Midwest.
Yeah. But I mean,
You can't get a parking space for $400 a month here.
yeah. Oof.
Yeah, the houses that we were
Speaking
looking at
of-
are like around like what, $1,600 a month, Tiffany?
Between
Yikes.
16 and 1800 a month.
Jesus.
We need to talk.
Christ.
Yeah, we need to consult our local. I need to talk to my buddy. Yeah, I need to talk to my buddy about where to live in Austin or around Austin.
Because well,
You guys wouldn't
we're
know her.
looking at-
It's my buddy.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're looking
Yeah.
at a 2-story house with either a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a loft upstairs to put our our computers, or a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-story house with no
Okay,
loft.
number one, 2-story houses are gonna suck absolute ass.
Eh,
Because
Um,
heat rises and putting your computer stuff in the loft is going to suck straight balls. It's also harder to cool a house that's 2 stories.
All right. Well, thanks for shattering our dreams. I guess we'll stay here
yeah,
in Kansas.
thanks.
Definitely a Texas.
No!
Definitely a Texas problem here.
No, come back. Come back.
That hurts my feelings. That's
No.
all I've been looking
Tiffany,
at.
looking
Is
to buy or
2-story
rent?
houses.
I think we're looking to. I don't know. Probably buy. Oh, buy or rent. Rather, I think we probably prefer to rent. But
Thank you, Tiffany.
I was gonna-
Why your voice dropped all of a sudden?
hey, yeah. No, I was answering because I was gonna kind of keep rolling with it. And then I derailed. Take it away, Tiffany. What do you want to do?
Well, I already said if we were gonna buy it, it has to be a newer model home, just so I don't.
Oh,
Don't worry
I-
about it. Like that. That's
I
pretty
remember
much
what I
all
was
they sell.
Mm,
I remember what I was gonna say.
Go ahead then.
yes.
No, we were. So the next house that we kind of move into, we want to have it to where we're gonna be settling down. Kind of, we're gonna find our forever home.
Oh god. Millennials are killing the forever home.
We don't. We just don't plan on moving for a while. Once we move, we're like stationed there for a long fucking time. So
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to, because it's going to be expensive as fuck, and mortgage is a thing.
yeah.
Right.
Not like I'm trying to destroy your dreams or anything, but fucking reality is it's fucking expensive to live in Austin right now. The best place to live in Austin is not in Austin. You live just outside of Austin. You get easy access to one of the freeways, and you just jump into town, visit me at the bookstore. We go out for lunch, and then you leave the crazy pants behind.
Well,
See-
I've been looking at DeVale,
DeVale.
Deval and
Oh.
Plufferville. Ooh, I
Pflugerville. It's
those hard cities I
Pluggerville.
know.
It's spelled fluffer, but it's
Flufferville.
fluger.
It's Flufferville. No, it's Pflugerville. And that is so far north, you will never see me. Because
Well,
driving through Austin is hell.
I think Duval is the one we're actually looking towards to because it's just actually off the highway and we can just head straight into Austin.
Yeah, hi internet.
also
We're
have-
moving to this area, so be on the
Yeah,
lookout.
exactly.
That will
The
be
other
for a
one
couple
to,
years,
to
so.
look at, Gelv, what's the name of the town that burned down to the ECU?
Bastrop.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, why the fuck would I want to move
all-
to a
Why would I
town that
want to
burned
go
down?
there?
Because it's all new construction.
It's
They're
new
rebuilding the
construction.
goddamn town.
All right, let me give you a little bit of context on Texas and kind of like a sense of scale, okay? This area out east of us that burned to the fucking roots back a few years ago, that space that burned down was the size of Maine, the state of Maine.
Holy fuck. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
And one of my good friends, a guy that I know, was living there with his family, and he got the call, pack it up, the fire's coming. And he grabbed his computer tower, he grabbed the cats, and there was nothing left when they went back. Like,
Holy
burned it
shit.
down to the foundations.
Wow.
All right. Check that off your list, Tiffany. When we unpack at our house, we're going to have a safety closet. That's going to be it's going to be our bug out closet. Everything you want that needs to leave at a time's moment. Well, fuck me.
Yep,
I'm
there it
done
is.
talking.
Yep, that's it. That's Bastrop. Shit.
Won't we just build a fire resistant, flood proof, twister proof?
Why don't we just put water on the fire? I don't understand.
Why don't you
Water.
just live in a bunker? I mean, fuck, why not? Oh my god, I've never seen that picture before. For those of you listening, Chimera just linked the Wikipedia article for 2011 Texas wildfires, and one of the pictures on there is like a satellite image with the outlines of I'm assuming it's counties.
Those are the counties, yeah.
It's yikes.
But there's like 6 or 7 different plumes all across the
Yeah.
state.
And they're crossing county lines like 4, 5, 6, 7 counties at a time. Yikes.
Yeah, it's just the smoke being caught up by the wind.
See, with fires, it's not so much like, oh, my house is protected because I have a moat, or I'm protected because I have 18 million fire extinguishers and one up my ass at all times. It's kind of the same logic as like a hurricane. You know, it's not the wind that will kill you. It's what the wind is blowing that will kill you. It's not the fire burning everything down that's going to take you out. It's the smoke inhalation that's going to lay you flat on the ground and then put you 6 feet under it. Yeah. So, honestly, lately, the big thing that we've had to worry about is flooding, not fires so much. So, just don't live near a river. Of course, Austin is on a mesa, so dealer's
Perfect.
choice.
All right. I guess we'll be moving somewhere else. We've yikes. You know,
Yeah,
that's
go
gonna
to
be-
California. It's hot out there.
Hey, Tiffany's from
An
California.
earthquake.
Yeah, but it's also burning to the ground worse than we are. So, as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine the earth breaking open underneath your city and then catching fire every now and then. Jesus Christ.
Once in a great while.
That's the one thing I'm going to absolutely miss about Kansas is I fucking love tornadoes. They're so cool.
I have fun during tornadoes too.
Like just the stormy weather that it adds. It's awesome. Oh, hi Kit Kat. What are you doing?
Did I tell you? I think I did tell you guys the story of the tornado. When I was younger, we had a tornado. We had like 3 tornadoes or whatever come through, and my mom said, "Okay, get everything that's valuable and get underneath the stairs." So when she and my dad and my little sister came down, I was sitting in there with a book and a flashlight, sitting on a stack of books like a bench with my framed Star Wars foil puzzles that we had framed, leaning up against the wall next to me. Because she said, grab stuff that's valuable. So I had framed foil, by the way, they were foil puzzles of the original 3 Star Wars posters.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
This
And I
is the
saved those
most
bitches.
Gelf story.
Oh, you want to know something better? a few years later, we're all at we had our church and another church. We shared our youth groups and our adult Wednesday night meetings or whatever. So the kids would all be over at this one church, and the adults would be at our church, the one that I went to. And
Also known as a BAR. Continue.
Maybe. But we're at the other church, and youth group's over, and we're just kind of like, the sky's dark, but it's late at night, so we don't give a shit. Whatever. We're outside and we're playing, and we're like throwing basketballs and doing the thing. And then all of a sudden, like fucking, you wouldn't believe it, 3 minivans come squealing into the parking lot. And they're like, kids, get in the vans. Come on, let's go. We got to go over to the other church. Let's go. The tornadoes are coming. And we're all like, what? Excuse me? And so we all get in the vans, and they take us back to our church. The kids that were at the youth group church, they went home, and these people took us back to our church so our families could all go home. Well, the tornadoes were too close, so we all just sheltered in place. And sheltering in place, by the way, as 3 tornadoes are bearing down on your town, is the elderly, women and children downstairs in the basement, and all of the men and myself standing on the front lawn, watching as one of the tornadoes hops over our church, and the steeple is wiggling back and forth visibly.
Hell yeah.
We're like, that's kind of cool. And they take another drink of their coffee, like fucking Midwesterners, man. I swear to God. And I'm up there. My dad's like, "Hey, you should go downstairs." I'm like, "I go downstairs. Fuck that noise." So there it goes. Watched it kind of do the little Skippy Doo thing over the fucking church. It was great.
They're so cool. Love it.
I don't know what I am. I'm crazy, clearly.
Well, you're from the Midwest. We really don't have very much else to do. So,
Yeah.
Everyone's
That's
like,
a tornado there.
oh, weather talk, huh? Man, you don't know weather until you live in the Midwest. Awesome. Dude.
I think Florida would disagree.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, I'm getting railed by fucking hurricanes constantly. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Well, no, like,
and also like, New England. Have you seen what New England has been going through lately? Chimera, tell us what New England has been going through lately.
You live in New England?
More or less.
Well, New England-ish, but like the snow and wasn't it last year that like no, it was a few years ago. The polar vortex like swept through.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just this week we had this what they call a bomb cyclone occur, which is kind of like a nor'easter, except it didn't come from where it normally comes from, so they called it a sou'easter. So,
well,
it came from the southeast, and it's just 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's fine. It's just fine.
You're right. Oh, sharp left turn. I've been playing that Glass Masquerade game.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
And I've beat it. I didn't buy the DLC, but I beat it, and it's really good. It's nice, and it's a nice relaxing game. For people who don't know, it's like a puzzle game where you put glass pieces together. They make like these murals from different countries, and they're actually really fucking cool.
Are they all clocks, or do they get outside? Or do they get away from clocks and do something else?
They're all clocks.
Okay.
I would like there's 29 in the original game, and there's 50 with all the DLCs.
Jesus.
And I fucking hate that. Why didn't they just go to 30? Anyway. But yeah. None of the shapes really repeat. I think only one of them gets repeated like maybe 3 times. Other than that, they end up all being different shapes, which is really cool. And then I got on Steam and I was like, oh, there's a Glass Masquerade 2.
Oh no, is there really?
Yeah, there really is, and it's a little bit more detailed. It looks really cool. It's $5, so I was like, oh, you know what? I might get it.
That's like a meditative game, It's one of those things that you play and just kind of chill and disconnect from the real world for a while. Yeah. That's why I couldn't play it on Steam. I had to shut it down because it was so I was passing out.
Oh yeah, you're
live
totally
on
right.
Stream.
I was
very well made too.
Like when I was playing it, my eyes were drying out because I was just blankly staring at the screen, just putting pieces together. And yeah, it does make me tired. I get 100% why you didn't play it on your stream. I've been playing it the past couple days just because I was trying to break my gaming cycle. I was just like, I think I just want to relax.
Oh, and play something different. Yeah.
Yeah, just take it easy and yeah, kind of reset a little bit on that end. But.
There's a lot of really good games on Steam that are like chill and meditative.
Dude.
And yeah,
I'm not at my desk. So every now and then on Steam, especially, it's like there's like a lot of games that I just don't want to play, and they're like, oh, new releases. I'm like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that. And I just haven't been on Steam for like until I got Glass Masquerade. Like I haven't been on for like months because I just don't have anything I want to buy. And then all of a sudden, so many of these like I don't know how to explain these types of games where like, you know, it's like harvest this and build this, and like it's not survival, it's
like the Stardew Valley ones.
Yes, and there's like fucking 4 of them all out. 2 of them came out on the same day, which was yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, I have so many things I want to buy now. Like, because I just like the basic, like, what would you call it, progressional kind of game where it's not intense, but requires some thinking, some patience, you know, not like, what's that game, like Factorio, where it's like build the most condensed productive factory that's like super confusing, like that you can make. It's more like, hey, let's, you know.
Okay, you should really, maybe you should or maybe you shouldn't, but there's a game on mobile, and as soon as Az hears me say this, he's gonna lose his mind. It's called Merge Dragons, and my friend Mara got me into it.
Did you get sponsored by them? Are you plugging right now?
I wish. I would love to be sponsored by these people because I'm fucking addicted. But it's actually it calms my like my OCD, my need to organize, my need to like, okay, this if I merge 3 of these, I get 1. If I merge 5 of these, I get 2. So I need to have Dragon's Harvest this 2 times. Okay, we got grass, not dirt. Okay, I need to harvest again. Okay, he has 3 stamina left, so I can use him to do this. Then I can get 3 resources for this other merge that I'm trying to do. And then I can work my way up the chain and get the King's Seat rock, which is going to give me the next level of bricks. So it'll be easier to build this thing. And it's like did you ever play Alchemy? That like really cheap, easy mobile game. Usually it's free, where you take water and air and it makes, or water and fire and it makes steam, and then you add that to air and it makes clouds, and then like it's just these little icon draggy things that you just like drag things over other things and it makes.
Are you talking about oh fuck, it's not called, there's this thing, it was a really old Flash game and it's still on today. It's called oh fuck, Powder Game. Have you ever heard of Powder Game?
I haven't heard of that one, but I have played a lot of Alchemy and Alchemy likes.
I'm pretty sure I just dated myself. Powder Game
No, it's good.
is this like not shitty Flash game, but it's like basically you just put a whole bunch of like, it's just little powder, little pixely powder, and there's so many different combinations where it's like you lay seed and you put like you put dirt and you put seed and you douse it with water, and then all of a sudden vines start growing, and then you can spark it with fire and it'll set off a chain reaction. Yeah, I've played something kind of like that. And the thing with mobile games, I just don't play mobile games because I need to get a new phone anyway, because my phone's basically shit out, and I've had it for a couple of years, and I don't really have time or place to play mobile games. Like if I'm not at home, I'm either working, shopping, driving somewhere, and then if I am home, I'm gonna be at my desk. Oh my god, Tiffany, is that you?
Sorry. Now let's talk about the upgrade cycle for phones and how unfair that bullshit is.
Go ahead.
The yearly upgrade cycle for phones.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be you'd have your phone for like what, 2, 3, 4 years before it would start taking a shit. I had my Motorola Razr forever. I had my Nokia Brick for even longer than that. And now it's like, oh, I'm getting to a year, my phone starts to break down. Well, fuck.
Okay, you want to hear my cycle?
Please.
I had my very first smartphone was the Galaxy S2.
I'm sorry.
I loved that phone at the time for what it is. I guess I finally got rid of my S2 because it was harder and harder to find batteries for it. I got rid of that.
Oh, because they had the replaceable batteries.
Yeah, thankfully. I think I finally traded out my phone when the S6 or the S7 was coming out.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, it was still chugging along, and then I got me a oh, what is this? It's a shitty like track phone. It's like a ZTE Max Duo 2 or whatever. It's got like an octa-core whatever, and it's like really big. Like it's a giant phone, so it fits my big old man hands. And yeah, I've had this one for about 3 years or so. It just comes to a point like after I spiderwebbed my screen, I'm kind of upset about that. But...
I've had my Pixel 3 for I've had mine for like maybe a year. Like I think I got it November of last year, and it's power cycling on its own, it's overheating, it's, you know, the battery's not holding life as long, like it's a bunch of bullshit. And I don't want to have to keep, like, if I have to get another phone, I'm going for the 3A, the cheaper option, just because I know I'm gonna have to fucking replace it. I'm definitely not buying the fucking 4.
That's the thing with me. I even though I want the fancy dancy phones, like the track phones are good enough for what I need. I'm not going to be mobile gaming. Like the most I mobile game now is RuneScape, old school RuneScape, and that thing can run on a fucking PC from like 2004. So you know, if it
run
can't
on a toaster.
Yeah. So if I can't run it on my phone, then you know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't. The one thing that I have been interested in, when we went to Best Buy, I was actually playing with the Google Pixel 3A, this and that, and even the Galaxy Note 10. Is that what it is? It's Galaxy 10 something, 10 plus something. Anyway, and
that's the latest one. Yeah.
The cameras were oh my god, the cameras were so fucking ridiculous.
Now
and
I will
that's
say
a big thing because I
though,
want to start taking pictures and stuff.
The gaming phones, like the Razer phone, actually, like the guts inside that thing are pretty fucking boss, and they're very cheap right now. Like you can get a Razer phone, like the original Razer phone. Last I checked, you could get it for like less than $200 or so. No,
okay.
no.
Razer, the gaming company.
Okay, everybody, geez, relax.
The gaming company Razer. Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody. He's getting his sarcasm button installed next week.
I didn't even get a chance.
Dry on that one.
It was just
a
like
little too dry.
It was like, oh, is it? And it was just like, no, Brandon.
Just leap on him.
No.
It's when you're shooting for sarcasm and land incredibly on misinformed or uninformed. Is that the Motorola phone? Oh.
No, they are re-releasing. They are coming out with a smartphone version of the Motorola Razr.
Yep.
Nice.
And I kind of
Is it foldable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Look who's fucking misinformed now. That was a legit question though.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be awesome, and I want one. But will I get it? Probably not, because I'm on Google Fi and I can only have Google phones.
I've been wanting to do that, but they're
It's
like,
worth it.
Your credit isn't good enough, so I have to like outright buy it, or not good enough. I don't even have any credit because millennials are killing. Oh, sorry, people under 40 are killing credit.
Oh, it's true though. But yeah, so I should probably realize. I just noticed that in Discord we're talking about time, and people kind of start checking out after an hour anyway. I've noticed.
Oh yeah, Tiffany came in and then you started up on a story, so I was like, yeah, just let her go, I guess.
Sorry.
No, I'm in no rush. Hey, you're in the rush. I'm on my couch. You know what I'm doing right now? I asked this last episode too, and you're like, no, I don't want to know. I'm sitting here wrapped up in a blanket with one of my Kit Kats. Oh, he's so adorable.
Are you gonna eat the Kit Kat?
Can I eat you? He blinked at me. I don't know what that means.
All right. I'm gonna stop telling stories now, because otherwise I won't have any left for next time.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, let's wrap up before we get copy struck. Is that a word? Copy struck, or is it striked?
It's probably a word now, considering.
I don't want to be misinformed. Sorry.
You're never gonna let Chimera live that down, are you?
Hey, he never lets me live stuff down.
That's true, and for good reason.
Yeah, probably.
Now I'm uninformed because I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't either, actually. Chimera's a nice guy to me. Okay, well.
Thanks for
I
listening.
mean, he's nice to me too. I think. Chimera, are you nice to me?
I think? Question mark?
Okay, good enough. We'll let it ride.
You guys are fucking ridiculous. Thanks for all. I almost said thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, everybody. Yeah, we'll be back next week. We're on Spotify, YouTube, consolerequired.com. Wow, is under construction. I just threw that out there for some fucking reason. YouTube.com/consolerequired. bit.ly/required podcast is the Spotify link.
He finally got it right on the first try. I'm so proud.
You want to know? You want to know what my brain did? I was like, okay, it's one of two options, and I'm just gonna say one option and just fucking hope that it's right. Because I was like, well, Gelf is either gonna praise me or she's gonna be like, this is not the right fucking link.
You got it.
Hooray! I'm learning about my own channel. Great. After how many episodes?
23.
23. That blows my mind. Something we didn't talk about. We're on season 3, technically. We're implementing seasons after episode 22. Hooray!
We are?
Yeah, we got the blue season, we got the green season, and then right now we're in the red season. Cats, really?
I love it. I'm sorry.
I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
And thank you, patrons, for supporting us. Time Jumper and Risu, you guys are amazing. Brandon let me do the thank you this time, and I was waiting for it, and I got to do it. Yay!
All right, bye, everybody. Let's just all just jump out of here. Like, all right, bye.
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 Now I'm going to casually walk into the office and stop recording.